So what's up, guys? It's Prophetess Nididra in the house getting some stuff situated, right? And I wanted to share something with you guys because this I have reported a lot of things to Goldsboro Police Department. God told me to stop reporting to them for a reason, and to just start keeping a record of everything that was taking place, from videos to everything. So I've got multiple devices other than this one, right? And y'all, something crazy happened to me the other day. I think I was speaking on some issues that I was dealing with Goldsboro Housing Authority and this landlord, and just a lot of stuff that was going on with this agency. And I'm not the only one who has dealt with some weird things concerning this organization. But after doing some research and getting some much needed proof that I needed, right, to be able to move forward how God is going to have me move forward, I realized that these people are not acting alone. Now, mind you, they are currently retaliating against me because of the video that I released, showing proof that I'm not the only one who had been dealing with the issues that I've been dealing with them. They're just upset because I'm bold enough to speak out. So after all the stuff that they've been doing to me over the years, they didn't expect me to speak out. Whole time I was collecting evidence, still collecting evidence, even down to a particular couple of officers that have been involved. And this is just crazy. I want to say they don't have a reason, but then again, I know that they do. Because a lot of what we wrestle against, it's not physical, right? It's spiritual. But when you try to explain this stuff to people that are spiritually dead, or people who have other beliefs than you do, it'll come off as crazy to people who don't understand. But it's something when you actually have physical evidence to go with what you've been complaining about, what you've been speaking out about. And this is why oftentimes God will have us do certain things, and it's very important that you be obedient. So if you're somebody, especially somebody that's a prophetic vessel or just a vessel of the Lord, and you've dealt with this extent of harassment, stalking, intimidation, bullying, just all sorts of stuff, be obedient to the Lord, because he's the one that's going to get you out of what you're dealing with. I have dealt with this before in a very different circumstance, and the Lord brought me through it all. Okay, when I tell you he started dealing with people in ways that shook their world, it shook their world. Like, I have a story to tell. And I'm tickled because I'm like, these people don't really know who they're going up against. You know what I mean? And it's especially funny when they start trying to dig and go back and draw in old defeated foes, people that you have already defeated. Because a lot of the times these individuals know that they've been defeated, but they don't want to admit it. You know what I mean? Their pride gets in the way. I can give you examples of when me and my children had went to a particular organization one time before, due to a situation that we were dealing with, and how that place was ran like a pure cult, right? And at the time, I didn't know God was really strengthening me to go up against this stuff because of what he was going to be doing, like, now. You know what I mean? And looking back, I understand it. You know, I complained before because we had to live in it and we had to walk through all of this stuff. But then when I look back, I'm just like, wow, God was really strengthening me for a level of warfare that the world is unprepared to speak out and talk about. And there are only very few people that are bold enough to come out, teach on these things, talk about it, release evidence of some of the stuff that they've been dealing with. All without fear of looking crazy to other people. I'm not concerned about that particular tactic. They've tried it with me on a number of occasions. Oh, she's this and she's that. She's crazy. God never allowed it to work. Despite what they tried to put into motion, God never allowed it to work. And y'all, here recently, this landlord that I've been dealing with the Goldsboro Housing Authority, Ms. Wilson, they were trying to report me for identity fraud, and tried to report me as being an illegal immigrant, someone that was using other people's identities as means to be able to get ahead, and so on and so forth, right? Because let's be honest, these things really do happen, yeah. But I guess after they did their investigation and they were made to look like fools, it kind of pissed them off a bit. So now they don't know what to do with me. So I'm dealing with a lot of retaliatory things. Now, after they found out that I was moving, when I put in my notice with Goldsboro Housing Authority, I started dealing with some more stuff, some more harassment and stalking at levels that was just sickening. And I'm gonna put a video clip at the end of this to just to show proof of some things that I had been dealing with. I had been moving my stuff and throwing out trash and just a lot of different things. And I want to put a video of something that happened to me the night that I had began moving my belongings, and how it's cohesive with this particular landlord trying to stop me from being able to move and move forward. I put in a proper notice, gave a reason why I had to move, and this landlord, the same one who filed wrongful evictions on me, all while renewing my lease after filing the wrongful evictions, this woman and some other people decided to get together to start again with the attempts on my life. Now, this particular night, I was throwing out trash. I was putting stuff out on the side of the road pretty late, like around between 11 and 12 something, right? And I remember when I was about to go out and throw away another box of items, I just felt this warning, right? I'm trying to explain it. And then I heard the voice of the Lord say, don't go outside right now. Now, before, as I was throwing out trash and throwing things out back and forth, I felt like I was being watched. But mind you, it's pitch black out here, right? And the little cameras that they have, those are only like little Wi-Fi cameras. They're not legit cameras. They don't have the view that I have, right? And so, but I just felt like I was being watched, and I had been having a lot of weird activity on my cameras anyway, okay? But, I brushed it off. I said, well, maybe it's nothing. So as I'm getting ready to go out to throw out this last box, I get this strong warning, right, from the Holy Spirit that said, don't go out right now. Don't throw that box of trash out right now. And God has ways that he warns and speaks to me, okay? And so I decided not to go and throw the box of trash out. And I had opened my door, right? And I was about to go out, and then I got that warning, so I shut the door and I locked it, and I immediately looked at my camera. I started looking on my panel and looking on my phone too at my camera. And when I did, I noticed that there was a man, and I had saw him in the back pacing back and forth on my back camera here. And I have my back cam set up different than I have some of my other cams, and I'll just leave it at that. And that was kind of awkward, right? And then when I look at my camera from my side here, I noticed that when I was about to walk out and throw out my trash, this person heard me coming and decided to back up in the corner right here on the side where it's pitch black, and just kind of scoot back and just kind of like hide himself in the corner. And he was just kind of like watching and peeping. Then he kind of put his leg like this, like kind of, you know, like kind of propped, and was just kind of looking, waiting to see if I was going to come out. And this, y'all, I don't know what would have happened to me if I would have walked out there to throw out that box of trash, but I feel like it wouldn't have been good, okay? And so I'm gonna post a video where you can see him. He comes from around my back through my side right here. And at that particular point in time, I was getting ready to go out and throw out the trash, and he heard me coming, and he scooted himself up, like in the corner in the dark, and just kind of like, and I had shut the door, and that's when I noticed it on my camera, and I was able to get it. And so I want to show you guys exactly what I be talking about, because see, these people, they're so sick, they'll try to deny things. I don't know what she's talking about. She's crazy. She needs help. She needs to go see a therapist. She needs to go see a psychiatrist. Well, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. And it's like weird and creepy. And y'all, I have a lot of footage of far worse, creepy, crazy things happening. Times where I have reported to Goldsboro Police Department, and then the responses that I got. I have recorded conversations of some weird stuff that a particular officer was saying to me. And if y'all kind of listen to this stuff, y'all would be like, what in the world? Like, something's not right with these people. They're trying to harm. And I've had a lot of other, I've shown this to some people. I've shown this to attorneys that are currently working with me now. I have shown this to some other people that are also law enforcement. And they have given me a lot of insight on what it is that I'm dealing with and how to go about dealing with it. And overcoming it. And I'm just grateful that I have God on my side, so that I'm not alone in what I'm dealing with. Okay. So I'm going to post this video clipping of what I'm talking about when I was getting ready to go out and throw my stuff out so that I can move. Like I said, currently this landlord is trying to block me from moving. I have emails where I have given her a notice, and you can tell in the email she was trying to persuade me not to move. And then she starts coming up with this, oh, you have to give me a 14-day notice in an emergency move out. And just all sorts of stuff she just kept coming up with. And I was going to be gone before September the 1st, but she went ahead and charged me anyway for September. Just went ahead and threw the whole charge on there, and was pretty much letting me know, like, you can move if you want to, but I'm just going to keep charging you and keep putting things on your credit and just so many other things I'm just going to keep doing to you. Y'all, this is sick. These are Pharaoh spirited people that we're dealing with. Now, like I said, I know I'm not the only one that's dealing with this. A lot of God's prophetic vessels, a lot of his vessels in general, are dealing with similar things, from gang stalking to being harassed by law enforcement personnel. Maybe you've had to give some very difficult prophetic messages that have really tapped into the nerves of those demonic spirits that's operating through these authoritative figures. Just whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever the reason why they feel like they have to do this stuff to you. And y'all, it's been some stuff. It's been some stuff, but God is taking care of it, and he is unleashing some wrath like no other. Okay, but anywho, let me add this snippet to the end of this video so you guys can see what I'm talking about, and feel free to comment if you have any questions about what it is that you're looking at. Feel free to comment. All right.